Hey there, tennis fans. I'm Grace Carter, and this is Tennis Now, presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today, and it ships today. Tennis is an individual sport with a common quest: upward mobility. Nearly every player starts the year with a ranking goal. Today, we're going to highlight exceptional talents who can join the elite. Our picks for 5 men who can crack the top 10 by the start of the 2019 U.S. Open. Stefanos Tsitsipas. He is ranked a career high number 27 and is rapidly rising. In a battle of one-handed backhands, the 19-year-old Greek knocked off Dominic Thiem in Toronto for his 4th top 10 win of the season. It was his 2nd win over Dominic this season, leading the French Open finalists to one conclusion: the 6'4" talented teenager can contend for the top 10. Next up, a tie between Borna Coric and Frances Tiafoe. The 21-year-old Coric snapped Roger Federer's run of 20 consecutive grass court victories, toppling the Grand Slam king in the Halle final. Now, that was Borna's 4th top 10 win of the year, including victories over world number 3 Alexander Zverev and 2-time Grand Slam finalist Kevin Anderson. The 20th ranked Coric is the best defender on our list. He plays well on all surfaces, and boy is he a hard worker. If Coric can move a bit closer to the baseline and assert his aggression a little more, he can definitely crack the top 10. At number 41, Frances Tiafoe is the lowest ranked man on our list. Now, we're big fans of Big Foe because he brings a lot of excitement. He has a lot of desire and some very serious weapons in the game. Now, Frances is lightning quick. His first serve can exceed 130 miles an hour. He is well balanced off of both wings, and he can close the net. All qualities that Tiafoe showed knocking Milos Raonic out of the Rogers Cup. Now, while consistency can be a bit of an issue for him, he is a terrific talent who has scored wins over his tennis hero Juan Martín del Potro and Yan Chung and Thomas Berdych this season. All that, and he's only 20 years old. Now, as we tape today's news, Frances owned a 16-1 record when winning the first set this season. We see big things for Big Foe. Our next guy is explosive. He's exciting. He's enigmatic and prone to insane implosions. We, of course, are talking about Nick Kyrgios, who has one of the most lethal serves in all of the sport, and he is headed right for the top 10. If he can stay healthy and if he stays interested. Now, Hall of Famer John McEnroe coached Kyrgios at the Laver Cup. Johnny Mac tells Tennis Now the 23-year-old Aussie is the most talented player the sport has seen in the last decade. Mac says he's an incredible talent who can reach the very top of the game. However, there are clear question marks for Kyrgios, who reached a career high rank of number 13 last year. He has battled ongoing hip and elbow issues, sometimes is moody and disinterested. His biggest challenge is fear of failure and laying it all out there and coming up short. Next is Yan Chung. He's the only man on our list who has contested a Grand Slam semifinal. He's 22 years old, from Korea, and has one of the best two-handed backhands in tennis. And by the way, showed it off, knocking off both Alexander Zverev and Novak Djokovic en route to the Australian Open semis in January. Nole says Chung reminded him of a Grand Slam champion, which was himself. He says they play similar games. With no doubt, he thinks Chung could be a top 10 player. Leg and ankle injuries sidelined the world number 23 for a couple of months, forcing him out of Wimbledon. If Chung can stay healthy and add sting to his serve, he'll be a top 10 player someday for sure. And finally, topping our list, the Canadian Comet, Denis Shapovalov. Now, Shapo shocked the tennis world, stunning Juan Martín del Potro and Rafa Nadal back-to-back, bursting into the 2017 Montreal semis. He became the youngest Masters semifinalist in history, then reached the U.S. Open round of 16 as a qualifier. 19 years old, he's from Canada, already ranked number 26. And if he can control his second serve, shorten his backhand return, and stay healthy, we think Denis can be a top 10 mainstay. He is a lefty shot maker. He plays a dynamic brand of all-court tennis that has earned him a rabid fan following. Kei Nishikori, who is trained with Denis in Bradenton, Florida, says that he knows he's going to be a top 10 player. He's got a great forehand, great backhand, a very good serve, and he's quick. And one of Dennis's biggest fans is one of the game's greatest champions. Rod Laver, who got to know Dennis at the Laver Cup, says he sees some of himself in the 19-year-old. The Rocket predicts that Chapeau will skyrocket to Grand Slam greatness. He says he thinks it's going to take about 2 or 3 years. Laver told the Australian Open website that he plays confidently, he's got grit and determination. Laver definitely sees him being great. And we're going to ride with the Rocket on that prediction. So, who did we miss? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. That's it for now, everybody. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time.